It seems like we are set for another night of non-stop updates because, my friends, things have been kicking off today. We have agreed personal terms and found an agreement with Southampton to sign Romeo Lavia. We have some breaking developments surrounding Moises Caicedo. Has our final official bid finally gone through, and my friends, Inter Milan currently are expressing intent in signing Chalobah. So we've got a ton of things to break down and discuss. It's been an absolutely mad day. And if any of you guys have been here with me throughout the day, if you've watched all the videos today that I've released, let me know in the comment section so I see who you guys are. But my friends, I hope you guys are very excited. Have we finally wrapped up Moises Caicedo? Hit that like button if you guys can't get enough of this window. And without wasting any more time, so we start things off obviously by talking about Moises Caicedo. We are getting some incredible updates tonight, my friends. It has been revealed that Caicedo has said "I'll see you soon" to his new Chelsea teammates as the club get close now to finding the final payment structure to complete a 110 million move to finally sign Moises Caicedo. Wow. It's been going on for so long, but right now the club is on track now to parade Lavia and Caicedo in front of the Liverpool fans on Sunday. So they won't be playing for us at all, but at least we'll get their confirmation and announcement when we play Liverpool this Sunday, and let's hope we top things off even more by getting that win against them. Now, some reports came out to state that maybe we were set to pay around £115 million to sign Caicedo, and that was because there was an original plan today to maybe use our interest and intent to sign Romeo Lavia to potentially put off Liverpool and get them to end their interest in Caicedo. Now, the original plan was that if Liverpool now are out the race and confirm this, do we necessarily have to overpay the fee that Liverpool agreed with Brighton to begin with? And right now it seems like that isn't the case anymore. We have been getting confirmation throughout the night that Liverpool now are giving up because Caicedo has made things abundantly clear. He wants to sign for us, a club that he has supported since he was a kid. A club in which N'Golo Kante was his idol. A club where he has told Mauricio Pochettino, "I want to play for you for next season." And finally, he wants to commit to his words after already agreeing personal terms with us all the way back in May. We've had the advantage when it comes to signing Caicedo since day one. Liverpool have tried their hardest throughout. They tried to outbid us to get this deal over the line. They tried to rush through the medical to get Caicedo to complete that. However, Caicedo never agreed personal terms with them, and because of that reason, it gave us hope. And most importantly, it gave us time to finally find the right payment structures. And now that Liverpool are basically admitting defeat to the deal, it means that we can now sign Caicedo for £110 million, which is the same fee that Liverpool agreed. Now, to give you guys some context, I mentioned payment structure. And when Liverpool agreed a structure with Brighton, that included tons of installments and performance related clauses, because there's no way any club is paying 110 million in a flat fee or even in installments over time. It's all about performance related stuff. So the total value will go up to the tune of 110 million. And clearly we can thank our owners in getting this deal over the line. Once these two men join up together, these guys get deals done. They make things happen. And obviously when Liverpool challenged us, when they tried to come in with that audacious overpayment for Caicedo, obviously we had to react, and boy did we react, because we always knew we had the advantage. It's annoying that we even have to pay 10 million extra, but Caicedo is that important, and I love the fact that this club and boards understood that. I mean, we saw how they treated Enzo Fernandez. We overpaid for Fernandez because not only did we want to bring him in straight away, but we wanted to make sure that there was going to be no competition in for him for this summer, right? And it's similar circumstances towards Moises Caicedo, but more from a footballing perspective, because Caicedo has always been priority number one this window. The plan has always been to have Enzo and Caicedo. We want these guys to be part of our midfield for the foreseeable future. We need that defensive linchpin. I've been stressing that in multiple videos. I'm not going to repeat myself again. And I just love the fact that the club are kind of putting football first, because when you're overcommitting like this, it tells you how much value you are putting on Caicedo, because you are in it to win. Why are these guys investing 4.25 billion to even buy us to begin with? Is because they are investing in our success. Of course, In the future, 10 years from now, they'll receive money and dividends. But right now, the plan is to make sure that by the time that day comes, they have put us on some incredible levels that we become that club that becomes profitable off the pitch and most importantly on the fields. So tomorrow, it's finally looking like we're going to get the famous "here we go" from Fabrizio Romano, confirming the double capture of Caicedo and Lavia. Wow, what an incredible end to the saga. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I cannot wait to discuss all things Lavia and Caicedo. I've got videos planned. I can't wait to discuss our preview and predicted lineup too for that game against Liverpool. And I love the ruthlessness in which we are destroying our rivals, our European and title challenging rivals, because Liverpool now are in the muds. They're going to be dramatically weakened because they saw their defensive linchpins in Henderson and Fabinho in midfields. Who are the replacements of that quality now in the market? They tried to get either one in Caicedo or Lavia, and now we're going to end up signing both. So that's it, my friends. It's essentially basically done now. We're just waiting for the payment structures now to get finalized for Caicedo after fees of 110 million for Caicedo have finally been agreed upon. And that's simply because if Liverpool had that same fee accepted, why would we have to overpay now that Liverpool have lost the race? So my friends, how you guys are feeling? Are you feeling that excitement, man? Let me know below. Bro, it's actually not even making any sense. But let's now move on to the next story. And now we discuss the breaking news surrounding Romeo Lavia, because today we have found an agreement with Southampton. We're now going to pay 52 million as a base fee plus 3 million in add-ons, taking the overall valuation to 55 million to sign Romeo Lavia. Now, the player has agreed a 6-year deal. This would be 5 years plus a 1-year extension on top. And you might be thinking to yourself, Nini, a few days ago, we bid 48 million. At the time, Southampton's valuation was set at £50 million. Why are we now overpaying for Lavia when all we had to do was pay 2 million more? Well, I think it's simply this. We are using Liverpool's tactics against them. We are outbidding them because it did come out that Liverpool do not feel like Lavia is worth £50 million. Reports stated that his age and lack of Premier League experience does not equate to 50 million, especially after Southampton got relegated. So if they want to play that game, they can play that. But we clearly see the value in Romeo Lavia, hence outbidding them, because our bid now is 10 million more than the third 45 million bid that was rejected by Southampton from Liverpool. So my friends, it seems like this window we have done an absolute mazza. Signing both Caicedo and Lavia together. Obviously, we collapsed the move to sign Tyler Adams earlier this afternoon. It makes a lot of sense. We need to free up that money and free up those funds. And I think one thing this board has always shown, we want to only sign our main options. And there's been so much long-term interest in Lavia for over 1 year, as well as Moises Caicedo, that if you're serious about mounting this title challenge and being one of the best clubs in the world, sign the best players to fit that model. I think it really is that simple. Now, earlier today, we got some news and insight behind our current strategies to sign both Lavia and Moises Caicedo. It was believed at the time that if we outbid Liverpool for Lavia, this would force them maybe to drop their interest in Caicedo, which would then mean that would we have to pay over 110 million to sign him from Brighton? Well, obviously we've learned that this is now not the case, and to be fair, we always had a preference to sign both Lavia and Caicedo in the same window. Like, we always wanted 2 midfield players in this market, and obviously now that Adams isn't coming anymore, it frees up the space for Romeo Lavia to sign. And I guess it would have to take Liverpool now making the bids over 55 million to get accepted by Southampton if they have any hopes of securing Lavia. Now, with how the past few days have been, can you necessarily rule that out? I'm not too sure currently, but based on the context I provided before about Liverpool feeling like Lavia was overpriced to begin with, it seems incredibly unlikely. But if by some unfortunate circumstances Liverpool somehow came back to try and outbid us again, our main priority has always been Caicedo. But again, I just don't see these pattern of events playing out anymore. But it was nice to get some insight behind the strategies that go behind securing these deals, right? Because we know that it takes all day for parties to come to an agreement. Sometimes we think to ourselves outside the scenes, what exactly are they talking about? What is taking so long? Are you not just offering money and that's how things work? But it's a lot more complicated than that, because it's about buying players for the price you want. But Regardless, you know, it seems like we've had to now overpay for Lavia and now overpay for Caicedo. And for me, I think this simply means that now we must sell players now to balance the books. Still, our midfield is looking extremely exciting now. I mean, to have Enzo and Caicedo as the main two, and then understudies in like Santos, Lavia, and Chukwuemeka. To have a midfield this like balanced and exciting, technical, with high potential like this is worth investing the money into, in my opinion. But I guess we see, like, we haven't necessarily signed Lavia right now. We still wait for Liverpool's reaction. How they react is going to be very key right now, and I guess we'll have more confirmation and answers tomorrow morning, my friends. But so far, it does seem like we are set to have to overbid now to sign our main targets from our rivals. So how are you feeling about these developments? Let us know below, my friends. And right now, let's end things with the final story. And currently, Inter Milan are expressing interest now to sign Chalobah. Now, it's no surprise that both Gallagher and Chalobah are the main two guys being prioritized for sales. Not only do these guys have big like market value, you know, Gallagher could command fees over 40 million. Currently, we value Chalobah at 25 million. Hopefully we get around like 80 million for both players before this window closes. And because they come from our academy, these guys would act as pure accounting profit on our books, which means that whatever we spend this window, we can instantly deduct around like 80 million off whatever fees we pay. So if both Caicedo and Lavia cost around like 160 million, you deduct like 80 million from that. We are technically then paying 80 million for two players, with both players set to sign long-term contracts. So listen, the club forever has FFP on their minds, and we still have more sellable assets. Lukaku is not out the door right now, but he will go before this window ends. I'd like to think that we could get more money for Chalobah though. He's got like a long-term deal. I think even at 25 million is very low. I was hoping for at least maybe like 40 to 30 million. I think there's certain players who are maybe worse than him that have gone for a lot more money. But the reality is, if we're going to fund the moves for like priority key signings, it means that we have to use what we have in the squads. Of course, got into Inter Milan. The guy's going to have an amazing career. Hopefully that goes through. Reports also say that Inter Milan are keeping a watchful eye out on Tomiyasu from Arsenal. So we can't like afford to heavily overprice Chalobah. But as long as we can still sell players to be able to fund the arrivals now, that is the key and most important thing. So let's see how this deal progresses for Chalobah. Good luck to him. And my friends, on that note, I'm going to wrap things up and keep things moving. I think whatever updates come, I'm going to cover them tomorrow. I'm going to have the preview out for tomorrow as well too, so make sure you guys don't miss that. And hopefully, we finally get the announcements that these guys are getting signed right. So my friends, I am Nini FC. This is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.